in my forever quest to have clarity in what I say, and I don't even know if this is necessary. I know it's not necessary for folks I know, but for those I've yet to meet, I just need to be really, really crystal clear about this one thing, and that is love. When I say I love you, and I do, what do I mean by that? So here's what I mean. What I mean is I love you like I hope you love yourself. And that's a lot. That is, you know, however you are, whatever makes up your being right this very second. Popeye said, I am's who I am's. And who you are right this second, I love, just as I love myself in all my incredible flawed perfection. And there are so many flaws, it's just silly. But that's what I mean. I love you in all your flawed perfection, just as you are now. I also love your potential of who you might want to be. Like me, I am forever changing. Sometimes I go 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, but through awareness, I just think through awareness we can be who we want to be. If we're not aware of who we even are, sort of hard to change that, and sort of hard to recognize who you are if you don't give thought to that. So what I wish for you is, I wish you would love yourself like I love you. In the little book I wrote, Traveling Home to Happiness, there's a line that says, your very best friend is always near. To find them quickly, just look in the mirror. And I mean that because you are the only being and the only thing you consistently have, and that can't be taken away from you. So, if we've yet to meet, please know, and not that anybody would ever think this, but please know, men especially, when I say I love you, it doesn't mean, I'm not talking about, I just have never been so comfortable talking about, sort of sex stuff and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm not talking about that. I will never, actually, it will be a rare day that I ever talk about shades of gray. I think there's plenty of that out there, and it's just simply not my way. It's just not my way. I always thought Mom and Dad did it 3 times, Sharon, Linda, and Julie. And I was good with that, I sort of think we maybe talk about in those intimate relationships too much nowadays, but that's just me. I'm just such a square. And Bill used to call it doing it. He used to call it doing the horizontal mambo. And so men and women, it's not like when I tell women I love you, I have not switched and turned gay. I have way not switched and turned gay. So I'm not saying to anybody when I say I love you that it's anything other than I love who you are. I love you as a human being. I just love who you are. I just love who you are, and I love who you might one day want to be. Maybe in 5 minutes you'll be different. I change all the time. It's part of living. It's part of having breath, is that we change. And so, and when I think about it, when I think about love and he used to kind of be, if you said you loved yourself, it was like, you are conceited. She is way conceited. I'm not talking about that kind of love. I'm just a mess. I'm just so flawed. I'm talking about, getting back to Popeye. I am's who I am's. And that's got to be good enough, because if it isn't, you can't change and become better, because if you don't love yourself, why would you bother? Why would you bother? And what I think about, this brings me to school shootings. And I think we have somehow tweaked humanity in a way that isn't healthy, in a way that isn't good, and in a way that we should not sustain. Because I think if a child loves themselves, and a child has respect for themselves and for life, they're not going to school shooting up other kids and other people. They're not doing it. And so I think we've somehow tweaked humanity in a way that isn't good. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't think so. I think we've tweaked humanity. We've there was a study done. This very smart person, much smarter than myself, lots of PhDs, lots of schooling, and she did a study, and I'll tell you, I can't remember her name. I'll get back with you on that, but she did a 20-year study of colleges across the United States, and what her concern was that we were tweaking with humanity, and it was a compassion, feeling compassion for other beings. And what she found was in the 20 years the study took place, we lost 40%, our students lost 40% of that empathy. It was an empathy scale. We lost 40% in 20 years of empathy, feeling empathy for our fellow human being. Now that is frightening to me. And I think it goes back to loving self. And the flip side of that, dehumanizing life. And, anyway, so to get back to, I just go on these tangents like crazy, and I'm sorry, like I said, you better hang on and buckle up, because it might be kind of a bumpy ride sometimes. So again, when I say I love you, I just hope it's taken in the way it's intended, and that is just love for who you are as a human being. And I just think we all should give it a go. I think we should all just... Oh, my chickens are cackling in there. I think we should all give it a try, because if, I don't mean to get all John Lennon-y, imagine the world, but I'm not saying that, because we all have our dark side and we all have our bright side. I'm just saying, if we could be a little aware, if we could have awareness as we're walking that tightrope of life, if we could just kind of lean towards the light, lean towards the bright side and the light side of love and goodness and grace, if we could just lean that way, I think we'd be better off. And for the first thing you have to do is have awareness, because I think there's plenty of forces, intentional and or unintentional, that are kind of making us lean the other way, to the dark side. And I just think we need to have awareness. And I might be making that all up. I'm just saying, it just seems like we're kind of leaning that way. Dehumanizing humans. So when I say I love you, and I do, that's what I mean. So I just want to be clear, and not that one single soul on planet Earth would be thinking I was meaning anything else, but I'm just so hysterical about being clear. So, if I send you a email with an emoticon where I'm, the little blowing the kiss, I'm reminding you I love you. Doesn't mean I'm wanting to do the horizontal mambo with you. No way, no how. It just means I'm reminding you I love you. And I hope you love yourself as much as I love you, because that would be a whole bunch. You would love yourself a whole bunch if you loved yourself as much as I love you. So I got to go check on those chickens, and because I love them too. I got to check on my chickens, and I love you. And I just hope as you're walking that tightrope, you always lean toward love. I love you. Goodbye.